Hi, welcome to my channel. This video is part of set of videos which I am going to do to explain the concepts of Core Java. Java is one of the most widely used programming languages, even though many new programming languages like Python, Ruby, Scala, and many more have come up. But the importance of Java in enterprise product developments has not reduced. Java is not only confined to developing standard applications, now it has widened its scope through mobile development using Android, web development using Angular. It can be clubbed for big data using Hadoop, etc. So the programming language Java was originally developed by Sun Microsystems in 1991. It was developed by James Gosling and Patrick Norton, and it's currently acquired by Oracle Corporation. Gosling had actually named the language Oak, then it was later named to Green, and the final name given to it was Java from the Java coffee of Indonesia. So what is the base of Java? So Java was actually built on the concepts of object-oriented programming or OOPS concepts. So what object-oriented programming implies is everything in Java can be represented by an object. The main ideology behind the Java language was to solve real-world problems and to provide importance to data reusability. We have object, which is actually a blueprint of a class. The class follows the properties of inheritance, which means it can acquire the properties from the parent class to the child class. It also follows polymorphism, which means same entity performing differently at different situations. Then there is abstraction, which means hiding the background details. And we have encapsulation, which means grouping of data and functions into a single unit. Now let us try to understand the concept of OOPS in Java using a real life example. Say you are a owner of a car company. So the car which you build will have functionalities like fueling, acceleration, braking, etc. Also, it will have some properties like it will have an engine, it will have car seats, it will have gear, and many more things. Now, say you are building two types of cars, an electric car and a normal fuel car. For the fuel car, the fueling will be gas fueling, and there will be properties like transmission, that is shifting of gears. And for the electric car, it will be charge fueling, and the engine will be an electric engine. Let's say you make different types of fuel car, that is an economy car and a high-end luxury car. An economy car will be of a manual transmission, and a luxury car will obviously be a auto transmission car. So these are the various features of different cars which you will make. Now what is happening here is you had a blueprint of a car which had basic functionalities like fueling, acceleration, braking, and from that blueprint you designed two types of car, that is fuel car and electric car. And for the fuel car you narrowed down your model to a luxury and economy. So this is what is inheritance. You have inherited the properties of a car and designed different types of cars from the base model. All the properties like engine, seat, gear, and all the functionalities like fueling, acceleration, braking are all encapsulated in the car. So this is what is called encapsulation. In your Java program, the fueling, acceleration, braking will be the different methods, and engine, seat, car will be the variables of your class car. Now the car had the basic functionality of fueling, but when it was inherited to your fuel car and electric car, the functionality was inherited, but it was changed according to the need. So this was polymorphism. Even though the methods in fuel car and electric car is fueling, but the implementation is different for each. Now when we speak of transmission, that is shifting of gear, what is happening behind the scenes is not known. So that is abstraction in Java. Now when we make a luxury car, say a Mercedes-Benz, inherited from our base model, this blueprint of this Mercedes-Benz is known as a class. Now from this blueprint, say we manufacture 100 Benz cars in production. So these 100 Benz cars are actually produced using the blueprint class of Mercedes-Benz. And these 100 Benz cars will be known as object in Java. So this will be a real-world example of the OOPS concept used in Java. Now let us take a look at different versions of Java released. So the first version which was released was JDK1, known as Oak, in 1996. From version 6, the naming changed to Java SE version number. So the latest version we have is Java SE 14 that was released in March 2020, and Java SE 15 is expected in September 2020. Let us see how to download Java to our local. To download the latest Java 14 version, just go to Google and type for Java SE 14. So Oracle are the current distributors for Java. Just scroll down and install the Windows X4 installation. JDK is used to develop or compile a Java code. This JDK will also contain a Java runtime environment or JRE, which contains the JVM or Java Virtual Machine, which provides the running environment for our Java compiled code to run. So you just need to download and install this JDK in your local, and you are ready to start programming and running your Java code. So once you have installed Java in your local, just open command prompt and check if it is installed correctly by running javac-version to check if JDK is installed correctly, and check java-version to check if JRE is installed properly. So let's start writing our first Java program. So I'll start with writing a class because in Java there's nothing without a class. I'll just write a hello world program. Next, what I'm going to write is a method that is a main method, because JVM loads main method as the first code for execution. I'm writing the access specifier public because this method will be public. I'll write it as a static method because I don't need an object of hello world class to be created to call this main method. So this will be a static. There is nothing returned from the main method, so the return type will be void. Then the method name, that is main. We have input parameter by default for main method, that is, as command line we can pass an argument as string array. So I'll write string array as the input parameter. So I'm just printing hello world and welcome to Vemara Hub. So all the statements should end with a semicolon. So this print statement will end with a semicolon. Now the next step is to save this file. So I'll go save as, and I'll save this file as a .java extension because all the Java codes ends with a .java extension. So it is recommended to write your file name same as your class name. So I'll write it as hello-world.java and save the file. Now once you have saved the file, go to the location of your file in command prompt. So you can see this is my file hello-world.java. You can compile your code by using javac and the Java file name. So if there are any error, it will be shown right here. So you can see there is an error which says that package system does not exist. So I had done a mistake in typing the class name of system. All the class names should start with a capital letter. My system is starting with a small letter. I'll make it caps and save the file and try to compile the code again. So you see now the code has compiled successfully. Now if I see the files in my current location, the extra file of .class extension, that is our compiled byte code. Now to run our code, we simply have to use java space the class name, that is the hello world was our class name, and here is my output. So this is just the part 1 of Core Java which I am going to take. Hope this video is useful. Thank you for watching.